going on, everyone? Luke the Toxic Nintendo Fanboy here, coming at you guys with a new video. So it has been quite a while since my last video, guys. Um, so far, my life has been pretty crazy, not in a good way. Had some personal stuff been happening to me, um, including some other stuff that revolves my, well, it's kind of, well, basically, it's like some very personal stuff. And this is not one of them, because if this was personal, then I would not be putting it on the internet. Although it kind of is personal, but I just decided to share this with you guys because I know that this is something that has happened to other people. I know I'm definitely not the only one, but I think I might have purchased a bad micro SD card for my Switch, everyone. I think it is bad. And I think I also have proof. So as you can see, I am moving some software to my Switch memory, my eternal Switch memory, 15 gigabytes left. Now, let me basically tell you guys a story on what happened. So guys, I got a lot of games from my Switch. I got like 45, and I was running out of storage, and I desperately needed another micro SD card. So me being extremely desperate, and when I'm desperate, I will try my hardest to get what I want. That's kind of like a problem for me. And the reason it's a problem is because it makes me not think clearly. And I think this is exactly how I led to this. So anyways, guys, what happened is I had my mom order me a micro SD card. We ordered from this place called GoGo, Granny, I think. And basically what they do is like they deliver stuff to you from Instacart. That's basically what they do. And I really needed a micro SD card, so I asked my mom if they can actually deliver micro SD cards. And me being lucky, I guess they could. So they were able to ship me a micro SD card. I got a 250 SanDisk micro SD card basically, and I installed it on my Switch. And I basically installed pretty much all my games on it. Like literally, I installed every game on my for my Switch on my new micro SD card, my SanDisk 256 gigabyte micro SD card. I installed all my games. I installed the ones I had on my internal memory, and I reinstalled all the ones that I had on my previous SanDisk Ultra Plus 128 gigabyte micro SD card. So, anyways, guys, I installed it. I installed all my games, and so far everything is working fine. I played a couple of games. I played some Dead by Daylight, played some Friday the 13th, all games that I played before, and everything's working fine, right? So, one fateful day, which happens to be yesterday, I was playing a game called Close to the Sun on my Nintendo Switch. And if you know about this game, then you know that the graphics are basically awful on the game. It's like the game's graphics look awful, and there are also frame rate drops. So this I was already expecting because I watched plenty of gameplay clips. Although I wasn't expecting the frame rate. I'm not sure if that might have had anything to do with it, except for I doubt that because the game was just really badly or poorly optimized, so I doubt it. But anyways, guys, what happened is my game crashed. Now, little backstory is when I had my previous micro SD card, my 128 gigabyte SanDisk Ultra Plus, I barely had any issues like that with that micro SD card. Although it did crash one time with Friday the 13th. It crashed like two times with it basically. One time when my internet went out, like as soon as my Wi-Fi router went out, it crashed, and it also crashed while I was doing single player challenges. But that was the only time it ever crashed. It never crashed again. And if in case you're wondering, what I'm talking about is the software was closed because an error occurred message. That's the crash I'm talking about. So yeah, my previous micro SD card worked just fine for the most part. So guys, now we can get back to main story. Basically, is The game crashed. It gave me the error message, the software was closed because an error occurred. It gave me that message with the new micro SD card. This game was installed on the new micro SD card and it gave me that error message. So basically, I was fully expecting this because I was told that the game was very and poorly unoptimized. And one guy in the comment section talked about how he played the game on PC and he talked about how the game was really good, but every time the game crashes, he says it's really frustrating. So if the game was crashing on PC, then I didn't think it was any surprise if it was going to crash on my Nintendo Switch, since the game is a PC port that was on Switch. So now that I got the little backstory out of the way, let me explain why I think my micro SD card that I purchased is not good. So I was playing Outlast 2 just now on the brand new micro SD card. I was playing it, and one thing that I immediately noticed is that there was frame rate drops all of a sudden. And strangely, I have never had any problems with this game previously when it was installed on my system memory. I never had the frame rate drops that I was experiencing with the game when it was on the new micro SD card. I'm not sure if this is a sign that the card could be bad, but all I can say is that the game was having some huge frame rate drops for some reason. And like I just said, I'm not sure if that is a sign that the micro SD card is bad, but since the last game I talked about, Close to the Sun, since it gave me a error code, I'm guessing it might be. If you guys know anything about this, please let me know down in the comments section because I am very concerned. But what I'm going to do is, as you can see here, I have moved Outlast 2 back to my system memory. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed run the game and I'm going to see if I continue to have these frame rate issues that I had when it was installed on my new micro SD card. And basically, if I do, then that is proof that the micro SD card that I have purchased, or my mom is the one to purchase it. But anyways, this proves that the micro SD card that my mom has purchased is bad. I'm really hoping that's the case because I don't really know what is wrong with my Nintendo Switch. I hope to God that it is not anything wrong with the actual console, but I don't think it is. I don't think so because as soon as I installed this new micro SD card, I immediately started having issues. Although Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight were working just fine, those are online games. Although I don't think that matters, but two of my single player games have been having these issues. And I don't know why, and I don't really know how the card might be. Like, I don't know how there's a problem with it. It's basically one of those SDXC or whatever cards. It's one of the yellow ones too. It's one of those yellow micro SD cards, and basically it even had a picture of Mario on it, and I just don't understand how could there be a problem with it. And like I said, I had never had problems with Outlast 2 when it was installed on my system memory, so I really don't get it. But anyways, guys, I will definitely give you an update if Outlast 2 works fine on my system memory. This is the primary way to see if there is a problem with your micro SD card. So if you guys are also having problems with your micro SD card, basically install the game that you're playing, and if it's having, like, install the problematic game onto your system memory and see if the problem persists on your system memory. And if it does not, then that means that it is your micro SD card. And but like if the problem is still persisting, then yeah, unfortunately there's a problem with your system. And I'm hoping that is not the problem with me. I really do. I mean, my Switch is pretty brand new, so I'm hoping it's not. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Luke, the Toxic Nintendo Fanboy, signing off. Bye bye, guys.